Hello, this is Robert Thibodeau of the Mayflower Bookshop, mayflowerbookshop.com, on YouTube, and in Berkeley, Michigan on 12 Mile, the Mayflower Bookshop, with thousands and thousands of books. So I want to talk about meditation again, and I have a friend here, Roman, who wants to have a question about it. He has a question. Yeah, hi.
Hi, Robert. I was curious, in meditation, how do you come to the stillness, like no thought in your mind?
Well, have you considered in previous talks on meditation how stillness is like 1/3 of it? Do you remember the other 2/3?
No.
Everything, nothing in a mind.
Okay.
So the nothing is the stillness, the space, the last frontier within us. To truly meditate and have incarnational spirituality, to truly meditate and live in a heaven of enlightenment, quality, perception, and space, cognition, connection. We want to, the ideal, in my Western Hermetic point of view, is that the true nature of the human being is threefold. We can say spirit, soul, body, or spirit, mind, body, but we could also say from the material world that we live in now that spirit and enlightenment looks like nothing. Like we say, well, where's my spiritual self? Where's God? Where's Christ? Where's Buddha? And if we're honest, we don't see it. So we can sit in the I don't see it. we can actually experience the nothing as part of the game, as a door to something bigger, beyond our separate self. So I simplified the Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, or the Osiris, Isis, Horus. I simplified the Father, Son, Holy Ghost, or Father, Mind, Holy Mother, into everything, nothing in a mind. And some people have a lot of nothing. They just think they're sitting with a bunch of nothing and they've been beat up in life, and they need to have a connection with the everything. They need to learn music, science, nature, the arts, everything. They need to learn everything so they feel connected to everything. Because we're connected to everything, past, present, and future, in the whole universe. We're connected. Everything is connected to everything else at some subtle level. And a lot of people experience they're busy with everything. They've got everything going. And then they introduce themselves to another $1 million or $20 million or $1 billion or a hit record or a hugely successful job at the top of the pyramid. And then they have even more of everything. And then they have several houses or 3 houses or a vacation house, or and they have more kids and they have more cars and they collect cars, some of them, and boats and airplanes. So I think that people are kind of going crazy with velocity and speed. Not only the earth is spinning a little faster, but each of us is spinning faster. And our busyness is a form of laziness to our true spiritual, profound, ground, emptiness practice, stillness. What you mentioned is stillness. One can look at their mind and say, be still. Be still and know. But it's really hard to get out of your head because your head wants to keep thinking. So the head works in opposites. There's a lot of tricks I've talked about in previous talks. The head, you can tell the head, show me everything you know. And it shuts up and won't move and doesn't want to show you anything. If you say, be still, sit in my heart, head. Oh, head, please sit in my heart. Oh, shooting star comet. Oh, busy, always thinking, always looking at stuff. We think that we're our thinking, but we can't control it or have one thought for more than a millisecond. So the thinking is a preconditioned something that drags us through and makes us go places and we have no freedom. So the real freedom comes from freedom from this, one's own thinking, one's own feeling. What Steiner would call a sense-free thinking. The Tibetans call it emptiness practice. I mean, Osho comes to it too. Blavatsky, in her Secret Doctrine, she refers to it as the rootless root, causeless cause, that which is beyond any idol, any image, any thought, that which is beyond thinking, feeling, and willing. And sometimes she refers to it as Ein Sof, or Atma. There's Atma Buddhamanas, and Atma is everything and nothing, and the vehicle of it is compassion and love and harmony of the Buddhic principle. And the whole thing with initiation is that our desires and our fears and our passion and our craziness and our always moving up and down our roller coaster ride. The thing is, when we get into a more profound understanding of the nature of the self and the world around us, and we are wishing for enlightenment, the personal separate self, the desire mind, what they might call the lower manas, the kama rupa, the desire body, the urge that you have to do something, you can't control yourself, whether it's addictions, good or bad. And when our mind can identify with, by purifying, we can identify with the good, true, and beautiful in every spiritual teaching and ideal, and we start to understand philosophy, science, and religion as ways of knowing and connecting, kind of an at-one-ment. I mean, Plato and the Neoplatonists made a big thing of becoming at one, or atoning. For the sin was that you acted out of separateness. So we atone, become at one, and we drop our separateness. Like when you are one with when you're one with your drink, or your food, or the kiss, or the orgasm, or the blissful music, or the beautiful day, the good, true, or beautiful something you find. When you're at one with it, we have temporal at-one-ment. We've all had moments where we were either sleeping or by a fireplace, or the sun came out and we took off our clothes to dive into a beautiful summer lake. We've all had the experience of being one with our mother's belly, at minimum. One with spiritual beings between our last death and this incarnation. We've all had experiences of being at one, but they were short-lived. Even if they were long-lived, when they end, after a long marriage of consciousness with form, we've been separated. And I think all suffering comes when we feel like we're separated. If we just sacrificed ourselves to save 25,000 people, in some kind of weird war situation, many people wouldn't mind dying to save that many people, or even to save one person that they're madly in love with, their child, whatever. So how do we become at one again, and how do we take the oneness with us through our daily life? And I'm suggesting that most people lack stillness and quiet and calm abiding, space, equanimity. Most people lack that. And so, I mean, there are people that are so beat up that you have to build them up and show them, oh, you're connected to all this, and you can learn piano and guitar, and you can sing, and we can garden together, and I love you. You have to learn to love yourself. Your mom loves you. Your dog loves you. We can do that. Sometimes we have to build them up, but most of us are way too busy, and it's a form of laziness, spiritual laziness, and we need to contract or learn to be still. And so the threefoldness that I'm trying to present in meditation teachings are to be connected to everything, past, present, and future, to be still, and to awaken this mind of relationship with love, truth, and beauty. It's Robert of Mayflowerbookshop.com, Mayflowerbookshop.com, and maybe we'll talk soon. So just the last P.S. Your question is, how do you find stillness? And of course, you can find it at death. And you can find it when you get a big giant bill, or you get noticed that they're taking your house or your car or something. But we should find it through meditation and higher love. And we should find it through a knowing that we don't know enough to help the world, that we may know enough to make ourselves comfortable and pleasured, but we don't know enough to really help enlighten people. And so to that wish that we can get to know, I hope you can meditate and you can find a balance in stillness and your connection to everything and your mind. And to help, read Osho, Rudolf Steiner, H.P. Blavatsky, Isis Unveiled, The Key to Theosophy, read Tibetan Buddhism, Gaelic Rinpoche, Gyatso, read Hermetics and Neoplatonism. And unless you read that, I don't know how you could have a key to the mysteries that we believe in. So send me your questions, folks, if you're listening to this. And there'll be more meditation. Mayflower here is getting busy again, so I'm going to go. This is Robert of MayflowerBookshop.com. I'm an astrologer. I do consultations. Call if you'd like one. And check me out. See ya.